Hey you guys, this is Waifu Wars. We're back from Atlanta Springfest 2018, and we're going to be doing a deck profile on pretty much the guy that carried us to top 8, Frank.
Hey, what's up?
And can you tell us what you were playing?
The usual, just playing AOT, representing my guy Aaron.
Yep. And I guess we'll just go to the deck list first. So for zeros, right?
Alright, so here we go. So let's go with the level 0 lineup. So 4 copies of Beyond the Walls Aaron. This is pretty self-explanatory. It's the best brainstormer in AOT.
Yeah.
All
and
right.
did you see it every game?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Like I always see the card, like 90 to 100% of the time. All right. 3 copies of the Krista, Ricky.
Yeah.
Enrique, thank you for letting me borrow one of them. And because I was originally playing 2 of these, but definitely I would say like the maximum you want to play is 3. Because this card really helps you out setting up your level 1 game.
That foil.
Yeah, that one random like SR I pulled like day 1. Alright. 3 copies of the Mikasa runner. This is basically the best finisher. Yeah, you don't like honestly I didn't play the Mikasa, not Mikasa, the Armin runner is just
the mill is nice.
Yeah, the mill is just inherently just so much better late game, and the Armin runner just doesn't do anything. It's just late game, it's a dead card.
Yeah.
Alright, the spicy tech here is the 2 copies of Jean Kirstein. This card, I absolutely love this card. It's super underrated. It's on play. You can look at the top card. You can choose to leave it on top, or you can choose to put it on the bottom. And then last effect is on attack, you can even side attack with it. On attack, look at the top card. If it's a core character, add it to hand and discard. So yeah, this card is just, it's really good, helping you dig out cards you need, able to set up brainstorms, and even like late game is just really helpful to like. I actually, this actually was the key card that helped me win my SAO matchup against Connor. Like it was great.
And I noticed that this build doesn't run the yellow runners, right? Yeah.
Yeah. None of the Armin runners. I literally went undefeated playing no Armin runners. But anyway, yeah, 2 of the Aaron Stockbomb honor on the battlefield Aaron. This is self-explanatory.
Yeah. The direct attack actually is pretty easy to get off with this deck.
Yeah, and then I think so far, yeah, for the last of the level 0 lineup, 2 copies of the Hanji. Yeah, like my build is essentially focused on utility and consistency, which is why I don't play so many runners. So yeah, this is just it's just insurance to make sure you always get the Aaron, or at the very least grab the Armin, single rare of light Armin, so because you always want to make sure you're set up for level 1, 100%.
Did you use it in late game as well? Like if you wanted to grab something near the end of the game?
Not necessarily, because like you have like this deck has so much utility and ways to like grab it that like you rarely ever use the Hanji.
Oh, yeah, like the Armin.
Yeah. It's just like you have so many ways, so much utility in this deck that like yeah, it's not really necessary. It's just it's mainly insurance for level 1.
Yeah.
All right, so here for level 1 lineup. 2 copies of the very current Tragedy Aaron. This is self-explanatory. This helps your Aarons to get really big. Alright, 4 copies of the single rare of light Armin. This is basically kind of like your Akatsuki of the deck. This card digs out your yellow characters and mobility gears, and it's an amazing card. You just have to play it at 4.
It's nice just being a 6K beat stick as well.
Yeah, like this deck's strength is the fact that like so much there's like almost like no cost in this deck. It's just you build up so much stock. Alright, and then here's my boy Aaron, my favorite card of the deck, my Fate to Bear Aaron. This is self-explanatory. Like everybody plays this as a 4 of. I don't need to explain it. Yeah, best card ever. And then for my mobility gear lineup, I was originally going with 2-2, so I was going 2 of the 1-0 and 2 of the 1-1. Thank you, Enrique, for the suggestion. I switched it to being 3-1 because I will admit, 2-2, it's nice that you have a variety. At the same time, though, it is a little bit awkward sometimes when you only have the 1-1 in hand. There are times where, like, usually, more likely than not, you're always going to want to have these more.
So you can thin out your deck, or just, like, try to win field.
But yeah, but definitely, like, this card has really great synergy with this on top of it, especially late game. Yeah, 3-1 definitely was very good. Alright, so then Now with level 2s, it's pretty small, so just one copy of the Keen Mind Armin that early changes into the Resisting Fate Armin. Let's see, one copy of Steady Advance Aaron Titan. I never had to use it, but it's a good card because mainly like when you ever face decks that love to like early play, like this is just a great way to just get rid of it.
It's good insurance to have.
And then one copy of the Mikasa that changes into the Resisting Fate Mikasa. I was originally not playing this card. I was mainly just playing... I used to play the Aaron promo backup, but like I rarely ever use it to the point like it's just I don't really care to like have it in hand.
This just does more work.
Yeah, it's really good at beating over cards, and also the fact that you can change and heal, depending on how much in an advantageous position you are in at level 2, it can be really good.
Yeah.
Alright, and then for the level 3 lineup, 4 copies of the To Seize Freedom Mikasa, like basically the best level 3 in the set. This is self-explanatory. This deck, like this card does so much damage. It's amazing. So 2 copies of the Embrace Memories Mikasa. I absolutely love this card. This card is super free, easy to get out. Just literally, you need My Fate to Bear Aaron in the clock. Just play it, scry out, depending on how many characters you have, and it gets really huge. Like, it's just amazing. 2 copies of the Resisting Fate Mikasa. I was originally playing the Aaron, Resisting Fate Aaron, because I personally do think that Aaron is a little bit better than this card, because the thing with Aaron is that like because you're playing To Seize Freedom Mikasa, Aaron kind of acts as a bit of an extender. So if you don't happen to actually play like 3 To Seize Freedom Mikasas, you could like play 2 of her and then like play Aaron as kind of like extending your damage optimization to get as much damage as possible at level 3. But I decided with Enrique's suggestion to try out the whole like early play engine and play 2 of this and play 1 of the Mikasa change. To test out, just like, to have like some option to heal and be able to like work around certain like reverse effects during the end game, and it is definitely not too bad.
Did the heal come in clutch?
Yeah, a couple times. Like I think like maybe like twice it did, and it was definitely helpful. And then just the 1 copy of the Resisting Fate Armin. This is self-explanatory. This is just it's hexproof
really
protection.
Yeah, against the Tillaru matchup.
Yeah, it's just amazing. You gotta at least have 1. And then for the Climax combo, well, for the Climax cards, 4 copies of the, I don't even know how to set these, but there's just 4 copies of this. It's self-explanatory. This is for your level 3 Mikasa, To Seize Freedom. And then 4 copies of the Yellow Raids. This is for your Aaron combo. Like, this is self-explanatory. You run 4 of it.
So I guess let me ask you, what were your matchups?
My matchups were 2 SAO, 1 Cinderella Girls, 1 Kaleidoscope, and 1 Telovru. And then in the top 8, basically mirror match, but it wasn't the actual same build. It was actually the green yellow build with the Levi combo.
And what was your hardest matchup out of the entire day?
Oh, that's a good question. Because the funny thing was that like my first 2 games, I basically stomped the 2 players I faced. And then the funny thing was like literally like the last 3 that I played, I ended up at 3-6 and I just clutched the game. And it was a nice feeling. But I probably would I don't know, like going undefeated, I feel pretty good, and it's just like I don't know, it's kind of hard to say, like because I basically just. Basically analyze the situation and try to optimize the best way to set up for level 3 and make sure that I have enough climaxes in deck to make sure that I cancel as much damage as possible. If I had to really say honestly, maybe like I guess maybe Telovru I have to say, because Telovru I was very close to losing because I was very behind in damage for like I would say maybe about a good 3-4 turns. I was behind damage a lot, and it was really hard to catch up. And the fact that I was at 3-6 with no healing, and I had to just pull off the Mikasa burn, like it was just a super clutch, and it was a very good game.
Well, I guess do you have any closing thoughts before we end the video?
Well, I mean, all I can say is that this build proves that you can play AOT without the Armin runner. I definitely am living proof of it.
Yeah, you don't have to be a sheep.
Yeah.
Right, like, comment, subscribe to Weiss, and thank you for carrying us.
Thank you.
Right.